when we talk about financial planning itself, insurance is always the main fundamental risk planning. So no point you create an asset for them, but we don't guide them on the distribution, the exit plan of it. So, you create all these things, it's useless, right? Without a proper, exit plan, which is estate planning, there is no distribution, no proper distribution. Whatever that you have created will all be stuck. Then you might as well don't plan. I'm Joshua. I'm one of the manager under Summit Planner and Exchange from Manulife FA. I'm fortunate in the sense that, under the group that I'm in, we are well versed in terms of our estate planning, but a lot of us are being taught on the technical aspect of it. So sometimes, when we are so technical, client may not understand or may not fully comprehend, and they may find it very, complicated to understand. So that was where I decided that maybe there will be a alternative, through Eugene classes that can make things a bit simple, that easier for the client to understand, and also easier for newer agent to adapt and also approach the client. What I taught from Eugene's session itself, I realized that the key thing itself, I have always been on a technical head when I meet my client. After attending the class, I see the client, when I meet them from a friend perspective, to understand their situation, to get to know them as an individual. And with that, it helps to get the client more comfortable to share more information with me. This is a client that I know for many years itself. So all this while, I roughly know their family situation, but we have never touched on the so-called the in-depth of it. So when after attended Eugene's session, I met him. So I started sharing with him and asked him, from a friend to friend, a brother to brother kind of basis, understand, who are the people that he care, what are the biggest concern that he ever have if he were to walk out, today. And that's where I realized that, the wife is actually expecting a second child, and I'm also slow down in her career and all that. So technically he's the sole breadwinner, and he's very filial to the mother. So that is where, we started to realize that, other than, planning for yourself, your family, there is a lot of things that he has to take into consideration and provide for the family, provide for the mother as well. And that is where the whole conversation opened up, and then the funds required. When we are talking to people about, buying insurance, as a need protection and all that, most individuals will always feel that, I already got a lot, I got a house, I got this, I got that, and all that. But it's only when you, go down in depth and a deep dive and break down all their so-called assets, their liabilities and all that, and really role play with them. If let's say, today they were to walk out of life, right? There is actually a lot of gap that, there is a lot of blind spot. Yeah, it's because of all this blind spot that we didn't, think about, that we don't see it until we are in that position to discuss on it. Then that is where all the gaps start opening. And with that technique, it's a lot easier for me to use this as a door opener to talk to my client and get them to think through. When we talk about financial planning itself, insurance is always the main fundamental risk planning. So no point you create an asset for them, but we don't guide them on the distribution, the exit plan of it. So, you create all these things, it's useless, right? Without a proper, exit plan, which is estate planning, there is no distribution, no proper distribution. Whatever that you have created will all be stuck. Then you might as well don't plan. So I think that, all advisors, if you're serious in their career, in this profession, estate planning should be the tool, or should be the natural progression that they should look into. A lot of my peers, even though they could be 5, 10, 20 years in the industry and all that, they always feel that estate planning can be very daunting. It can be a very heavy topic. They don't know how to approach their client. Very complicated. Something that you need a lawyer to come in and all that. No doubt, yes, we don't disagree. We need the lawyer to come in at certain point. But I guess the crucial part is finding a course such as what Eugene has to offer, that allow you to make things simplify it, so that give you the confidence for you to bring this piece of information and this topic, this conversation with your client. And when you realize that actually it is just being a friend to them, and hearing them out. Estate planning is just a solution that you can offer to them, and it doesn't really require technical knowledge or as much technical knowledge. All you need is just questioning technique and how to be a friend to them.